Hello, good morning to one and all. Dear students, can you see the slide? Any one of you can unmute and say that. Can you? Is the slide is visible to you?
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Oh. Is my voice is audible? Hello? My voice is audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Audible.
Okay. Kindly I request all the students to mute your audio as well as video so that it doesn't disturb the class. Okay, good morning, dear students. Myself is Dr. Kausar Unnisa. I am Assistant Professor in the Department of Commerce, GFGC, KGF. So I welcome you all for the first BBA QMB class for this online class. So in this QMB is nothing but quantitative methods for business. So it is purely which is relating to mathematical concepts that we are going to have under study. So what you people might have been studied in your higher primary education as well as in the PUC and all, we are going to come across little bit change. You can see that we are going to apply the mathematics for business oriented problems. How to solve business problems by using this mathematics. So simple problems will also be there which relates to the business application problems also. So in this quantitative methods, you'll be having 5 units. One is the first is number system. The second one is pair of equations. Third one is matrices and determinants, progressions. The last one is commercial arithmetic. So let us will see the first unit that is called as number system. So in this number system, can anyone say what do you mean by number? What is a number? Anyone, one of you can say that? What is a number? What is number? See, these numbers are nothing but they are the ideas which develop gradually with the development of speech and expressions of the human beings. See, in the olden days, you know that how people used to express their views, their ideas, any quantitative terms or any terms which are relating to measurable. So such kind of things are being expressed in the form of numbers. And this the development of mathematics will begin with counting with the number system, and the mathematical needs of a primitive man are very few. We know that he only wanted a way of counting the few articles what he possesses. He would have certainly used his fingers of his hands. Numbers it's called as 1 2 3, what we are going to call it as in his own language. As the civilization developed, different countries developed their own systems of counting. In the due course, the system invented in India is called as Hindu numerical system, which are began to employ universally. The characteristic feature wanted to know, have the students have attended in the class? Just a minute. I'll have to admit all the students.
KGF.
So the system what we are invented in India is called as Hindu numerical system. which began to be employed universally. And the characteristic feature of this system is used by 9 digits together with a symbol called 0. So hence, by the Hindu numerical system, we know of counting the numbers by their familiar names with 1, 2, 3. So these are all counting numbers we are called as natural numbers. So let us will see what do you mean by number. We know that number is nothing but the ideas where we are going to express quantitatively, or the speech of expression where we are going to be used quantitatively. And this number system is a basic mathematical system which are composed of various numbers, symbols or figures which are representing and the numbers and certain rules governing operations. So what do you mean by number? I told you, I asked you the time. So number is nothing but a quantity, or you can say it is a value where we are going to express by a word or by any kind of symbol. See, 1, 2, 3, what we are going to write, that is called as a Hindu numerical system. Those are the symbols what we are adopted in the Hindu Arabical system. And these numbers are the ideas which are gradually developed with the speech and expression which are used for communication. Let us know what are the different types of numbers that we are going to come across. So the first one is the natural number. What do you mean by this natural number means? It is nothing but, they'll ask for the 2 marks question. What is a natural number? Give an example. That time you people have to write in a form of sentence. That is nothing but the set of all. Set means it is a group of all numbers. What kind of numbers? The set of all counting numbers we are called as natural number. So and it is denoted by an alphabet that is called as n. So we can able to say an example. N means 1, 2, 3, 4 means the counting numbers are nothing but all positive numbers. We are not going to count with the -1, -2, -3 like that. We are counting with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they are called as natural numbers. Mean the set of all counting numbers are called as natural numbers, and it is denoted by an alphabet that is called as n. This is the first type of number we are going to come across. ಸೊ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಯಾವುದನ್ನ ಎಣಿಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವೋ, ಕೌಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವೋ, ಸೊ ಅಂತಹ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್, ಒಂದು ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಆಫ್ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್, ನಾವು ಕೌಂಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತಹ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಆ ನಂಬರ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ಎನ್ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಡಿನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ಕೌಂಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 till ಅನ್ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಇಂಥ ಒಂದು ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್, ದ ಸೆಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ natural numbers. The second type of number that is called as positive number. ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಸೈನ್ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಸೈನ್ ಇರುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಸೊ ಗ್ರೇಟರ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ 0 ಇರುವಂತಹ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್. ದ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಗ್ರೇಟರ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ 0 ದೇ ಆರ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್. ಯಾವ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ 0ಗಿಂತ ಮೇಲ್ಪಟ್ಟಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು ಅಥವಾ 0ಗಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೌಂಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. So the numbers which are greater than 0, they are called as positive numbers. Or you can also say that the numbers which indicates with plus sign. ಈ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಸೈನ್ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ನಾವು ಡಿನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಮೈನಸ್ ಸೈನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಹಾಕಿದಾಗ ಅದನ್ನ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ನಾವು ಬರಿಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ +1, +2, +3 ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ನಂಬರ್ಗೆ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಸೈನ್ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತ ನೆಸೆಸಿಟಿ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. there is no need to indicate plus sign for the positive numbers. Only for the negative numbers we can able to indicate. The numbers which indicates with the plus sign, they are called as positive numbers. Or you can say that natural numbers are also known as positive numbers because say that the set of all counting numbers are called as positive numbers. And let us will go for the next type of number that is called as a negative number. What do you mean by this negative number? As I told, the number which is indicated with minus sign, they are called as positive. If the positive, there is no need. Yes, kindly mute your audio. Hello, hello, dear student. or else
No, ma'am.
you will be removed from the class. That itself we can do it. Please kindly mute if any questions or any doubts are there. At the last moment, you can able to raise your hand. Yes. Negative numbers
Okay,
means the numbers. Thank you. The numbers which are less than 0. So if it is more than 0, we are called as a negative number. If it is less than 0, quite opposite to the positive, it is called as negative number. We can say -1, -2, -3, these are all less than 0 only, negative numbers. Or the number which indicates with minus sign. If you are going to write with -1, -2, -3, that itself is indicating it is a negative number. So example, we can able to write here -1, -2, -3, -4. They are all called as negative numbers. If it is indicating with plus sign, they are called as positive numbers. If it is indicating with the minus sign, they are called as negative numbers. Let us will go for the next type of the number that is called as integer, where we are going to denote with an alphabet that is called as I or Z. What do you mean by an integer? See this 0, it is not at all a positive, negative, natural, nothing. But we can able to say that it is an integer where we are going to use for adding the numbers. The set of all positive, all negative, including 0. These integers are all positive numbers, all negative numbers, both positive as well as negative. Along with that, we are going to include this zeros also. They are called as integers. Integers are nothing but they'll ask for 2 marks. What is an integer? Give an example. So at that time, you will have to write in a form of sentence. Integers are nothing but the set of all positive numbers, all negative numbers, including 0, are called as integers. And it is denoted by an alphabet that is called as I or Z. Let us will go for the next type that is called as even number. Even numbers are nothing but the number which can be divisible by 2 completely without any remainder. So a number, we know that any kind of the number, we know that if any number, the numbers which are divided completely without any remainder, for example, this 4, 6, 8, 10, all these numbers are divisible by 2. We can able to divide very easily. This 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 4, 14, 16, 18, all these can be divided easily. Means we're going to divide this 4 by 2. 2 completely divide, no remainder. 6 divided by 2. We are going to get the actual exact number. Such kind of numbers they are called as even numbers. A numbers which can be divisible by 2 completely without any remainder, they are called as even numbers. ಯಾವ ನಂಬರು 2 ಇಂದ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೋ ಅಂಥ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಈವನ್ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಸೈನ್ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತಹ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಮೈನಸ್ ಸೈನ್ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಶನ್ ಆಗುವಂತಹ ನಂಬರ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್, ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ 0 ಸಹ ಇರುವಂತಹ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಇಂಟೀಜರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ದೆನ್ ಈವನ್ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ ನಂಬರು 2 ಇಂದ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೋ ಅಂತಹ ನಂಬರ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಈವನ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. So a number which can be divisible by 2 completely without any remainder, they are called as even numbers. So the example we can able to see that 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, like that, such kind of numbers. Let us will go for the next category of numbers. They are called as odd numbers. That is the odd number and range. Odd numbers are nothing but numbers which are not multiples of 2. They are called as odd numbers. ಯಾವ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ 2 ಇಂದ 2 ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರಲ್ವೋ ಅಂಥ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ಆಡ್ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಆರ್ ದ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಹೋಲಿ ಡಿವಿಸಿಬಲ್ ಬೈ 2, ದೇ ಆರ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಆಡ್ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್. ಯಾವುದು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ 2 ಇಂದ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಆಗಲ್ವೋ ಅಂಥ ನಂಬರ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ಆಡ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Or we can able to say the numbers which do not have 2 as a factor. ಯಾವ ಒಂದು ನಂಬರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ವೋ ಟೂ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಇರೋಲ್ವೋ ಅಂಥ ನಂಬರ್ ಅನ್ನ ಆಡ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಮೂರರಲ್ಲಿ there are three sentences you have wrote on this one slide. Any one we can able to opt for the answer. So in the examination they ask what is an odd number. So at that time we can write very clearly that the numbers which are not multiples of 2, they are called as odd numbers, or we can able to write which are not wholly divisible by 2, or we can say it doesn't have 2 as a factor, they are called as odd numbers. For example, they are like 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, all these are called as odd numbers. And the next type of numbers they are called as prime number. Prime number ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಅದನ್ನ P ಇಂದ ಡಿನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಪ್ರೈಮ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಅನ್ನೋಂಥದ್ದನ್ನ. A number which is divisible by 1 and itself. ಯಾವ ನಂಬರು ಒಂದು ಅಥವಾ ಸೇಮ್ ನಂಬರ್ 2 ನ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ 1 ರಿಂದ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅಥವಾ 2 ಇಂದ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. If you are going to divide 1, it has to be divided only by 1. Or if you are going to divide by 2, you can divide or by 1 or by 2 with the same number, or by 1 or with the same number. If you are going to divide by 3, you can divide either by 1 or by 3. See this 4. 4 is not a prime number because we can able to divide by 1 also, by 2 also, by 4 also, because if it is divisible by 1 and itself, only with 1 and itself, not by any other number. Right? Such kind of numbers they are called as prime numbers, and we are going to denote it with the alphabet that is called as P. The number which have only two factors, the number which are having only two factors, 1 and the number itself, then such kind of numbers they are called as prime numbers. The numbers which are having only two factors, 1 and itself, ಯಾವ ನಂಬರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಒಂದು ನಂಬರು ಒಂದು ಅಥವಾ ಸೇಮ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಅಂತಾನೆ ಅಂಥ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ನ ಪಿ ಇಂದ ಡಿನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಸೊ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಪ್ರೈಮ್ ನಂಬರ್. ನೋಡಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ರಿಟನ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಪಿ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ಸ್ 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. Here we are not written 4, 6, 8. They are all composite numbers. They are not prime numbers. They are called as prime numbers. And the next thing that is called as composite number, the numbers which have more than two factors are called as composite factors. ಯಾವ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೋರ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ ಟೂ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಅಂಥ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಕಾಂಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಮೋರ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ ಟೂ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್, ಎರಡು ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಎರಡಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಸೊ ಅಂಥ ಒಂದು ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ನ ಕಾಂಪೋಸಿಟ್ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ದೋಸ್ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಪ್ರೈಮ್, ಯಾವುದು ಪ್ರೈಮ್ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರಲ್ವೋ ಅಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ನ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಕಾಂಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. The numbers which have more than two factors, for example we can say 4, 2 into 2 into 1, you can able to write more than 2. 3 nodi, 3 into 2 into 1, right? So such kind of numbers they are called as composite numbers. The numbers which have more than two factors they are called as composite numbers, or we can able to write once again the numbers which are not prime numbers are called as composite numbers. ಯಾವುದು ಪ್ರೈಮ್ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರಲ್ವೋ ಅಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಕಾಂಪೋಸಿಟ್ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Let us will go for the next type that is called as rational numbers. So these rational numbers we are going to express in the form by an alphabet that is called as Q. What do you mean by this rational? See, this rational itself is called as reciprocal ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಏನ್ ರಾಷನಲ್ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, rational ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅರ್ಥ. ಫ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ವಿ ನೋ ದಟ್ we are going to write fraction is nothing but 1 by 2, 2 by 3, 3 by 4. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಬರೆಯುವಂಥ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ನ ಫ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. We are going to write in the form fraction. Fraction is nothing but a part of whole. ಒಂದು ಭಾಗ, ಒಂದು ಹೋಲ್ ನಂಬರಿನ ಒಂದು ಭಾಗವನ್ನ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಫ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಯಾವ ಒಂದು ನಂಬರ್, ದ ನಂಬರ್ ವೇರ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಪಿ ಬೈ ಕ್ಯೂ. ಪಿ ಬೈ ಕ್ಯೂ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವೋ, ಯಾವ ನಂಬರ್ಸು ಫ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವೋ ಅಂಥ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ rational numbers ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. The numbers which can be expressed in the form of p by q where p is an integer and q should not be equal to 0 ಅಂತಾನೆ. p ಅನ್ನೋಂಥದ್ದು ಒಂದು integer ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು. q should also be an integer, but it should not be equal to 0. When you are going to write 1 by 2 is a rational. We should not write 1 by 0, 2 by 0, 3 by 0. Yeah, then it doesn't become a rational. So very clearly they have told that q should not be equal to 0. They are called as rational number. And these rational numbers are going to be expressed with a alphabet that is called as Q. And the next type of number they are called as irrational number. Irrational numbers are quite opposite to the rational numbers. The numbers which cannot be expressed in the form of P by Q. Numbers fraction formally expression ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗೋದಿಲ್ವೋ ಅಂಥ numbers ನ ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ನಾವು irrational numbers ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. The numbers which cannot be expressed in the form of p by q, where we are not going to express in the form of p by q, where q is also not equal to 0, but both p and q are integers, they are called as irrational numbers. And these irrational numbers cannot be expressed either as a terminating decimal or it is a recurring. Terminating ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಥವಾ recurring decimal ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ where we are going to repeat it again and again. ಆ ನಂಬರು ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ 1.6666 ಈ ರೀತಿ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಆ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಅನ್ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಅಂಥದನ್ನ ರೆಕರಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. The numbers which cannot be expressed in the form of p by q, where q is not equal to 0, are called as rational numbers. We can able to write where the examples, that is root 2, root 7, root 3, these are all called as irrational numbers. And the next type of numbers, they are called as imaginary numbers. What do you mean by these imaginary numbers? Students, all these, they are going to ask for the 2 marks in an examination for your people. So what is an imaginary number? Give an example. What is an irrational number? Give an example. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ ನೀವು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬರೀಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನರಿ ನಂಬರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ರೂಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ನೋನ್ ಆಸ್ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನರಿ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್. ಯಾವುದು ನಾನ್ ರಿಯಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೋ ಅಂಥದ್ದನ್ನ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನರಿ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. An imaginary number is a number that when squared has a negative result. ನಾವು ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ರೂಟ್ ನ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅದನ್ನ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಬರುವಂತ ನಂಬರ್ ನ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? ನಂಬರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Next type of number they are called as real numbers. Real numbers means the set of all rational and irrational numbers is called as real numbers. Set of all rational. Rational means where we are going to express in the form of p by q. Irrational means where we are not able to express in the form of p by q. Hello, dear students, can you hear me? Hello, 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 students, can you hear me? Can you
Yes, ma'am.
can you mute your phones? The
Yes,
students,
ma'am.
I can
Yes, ma'am.
able to see
Yes,
some of the students are not unmuted their audios as well as videos. Kindly I request the students to mute both their audios and videos. Can we go for the next type of number that is called as real numbers? Real numbers is nothing but the set of all rational and irrational. Rational means it is in the form of a fraction. Irrational means which are not in the form of a fraction. They are called as real numbers. They are going to be denoted with an alphabet that is called as an R. So you can able to say right here R is equals to -2, 0, 1, 1, 1 by 2, 2.5, all these are all called as real numbers. And the next kind of things, they are called as the factors. A number which divides a given number completely without any remainder. All those numbers which divides a given number. For example, we are going to write 8. It can be divided with 2 or it can also be divided with 4. If we are going to divide those numbers without any reminder, we are not going to see any kind of reminders. Such numbers which are dividing the given numbers, they are called as the factors. For example, for this 10, we have written the factors for 10 is 2 and 5, and for this 20, the factors for 20 it is 4 and 5. They are called as factors. And the next thing is called as terminating decimals. What do you mean by this terminating decimals? Terminate decimals. Decimals where we are going, when the things we are going to express in the form of a fraction, the fractional answer what we are going to get, if it is only exact, if it is only limited. So such kind of things they are called as terminating decimals. The decimals which are having exact value or the decimal places are definite. Such kind of things are called as terminating decimals. When rational numbers are expressed as decimal fractions, where the number of decimal places are definite. Rational means we know that 3 by 2, the answer will be 1.5. 1 by 8, the answer will be 0.125. Means here you can see 0.5 is exact. Here we can see the decimal places, that is 0.125. We are not going to repeated the number which are recurring in number. For example, if you get the answer 1.66666, they are called as non-terminating. They are not the terminating decimals because the decimal places are not definite. They are not fixed in such kind of decimals. They are called as terminating decimals. So terminating decimals means the when rational numbers are expressed in the form of decimal fractions where the number of decimal places are definite, such kind of decimals are called as terminating decimals. Let us then go for the next kind of thing that is called as non-terminating decimals. So it is quite opposite to the terminating, that is called as non-terminating. When the rational numbers are expressed as decimal fractions where the number of decimal places are not definite, means it is repeated in nature, it is recurring in nature. Such kind of things they are called as non-terminating decimals. For example, you can see here 1 by 3. We are going to divide, we are going to get the answer that is called as 0.33. Or 20 by 3 if you are going to write, it is called as 6.666. Such kind of things they are called as non-terminating decimals. So all the different types of numbers where we are going to come across. Let us will see some of the 2 marks questions also they are going to ask. Which of the following is a natural number? The numbers are here. That is 1, -8, 43, 1002, -108, 4 by 6, 8 by 2, 81 by 27. Now we have to assess. Now we should say that what are the natural numbers. Before that you should know what is a natural number. Is nothing but the set of all counting numbers, they are called as the natural numbers. From these questions, we can able to see very clearly what is natural. Natural numbers are nothing but all positive numbers. You can write the answer that is 1 minus it is a negative, so it should not be considered here. 43 is also a natural. 1002 also we are going to count, but minus 108 we are not going to count, so we should not consider this one. 4 by 6. See, if you are going to divide, if you are going to get exact value, we are going to get a fraction here. If you are going to divide this 4 by 6 with the help of 2, 2 2s are 2 3s, again we will get the fraction, so it is not a natural number. Now see one more fraction here they have given, that is 8 by 2. If you are going to divide this 8 with the help of 2, it will be completely divided. 2 4 the answer
Sapri,
is 4.
dari kelas ke semua
It
terdaga.
is called as a natural number. And the next one is 81 by 27. 27 threes are 81 here. So then again we are getting the answer that is 3. So 81 by 27 is also called as a natural number. So with the help of these numbers 1 minus 8, 43, 1002, minus 108, 4 by 6
Tenaga.
and 81 by 27, the natural numbers are 1, 43, 1002, 8 by 2 and 81 by 27. And the next question here they have given, that is classify the following as natural numbers, rational numbers, integers, irrational and real numbers. There are in the question they have given some of the numbers, that is 2 by 3, root 3 by 2, 2 divided by root 7, -1, -1 by 4, root 64, minus root 2, 5, 9, 248, minus 8, minus 11, and root 23, 0 by 8. With these numbers, you have to classify to which category we are going to come across. Yes, students, I can hear the voice. Kindly mute. I request the students to kindly mute your audios, or else for the next class you'll not be in. See here, natural numbers are 5, 9 and 248, and rational numbers are 2 by 3, minus 1, minus 1 by 4, 5, 9, 248, which are going to express 9 is nothing but 9 by 1, 248 is nothing but 248, 248 minus 8, minus 11, 0 by 8. See, in this kind we have to classify all the numbers. Hello, Vinay. Vinay, can you mute your audio, man? Vinay, for these students, those who are not at all unmuted your audios. Muhammad Atiq, Uday Kumar. Uday Kumar Reddy. Uday Kumar is there in the class? Is Balaji is there in the class? Is Balaji is there in the class? Here let us will see the next type of question, that is called as convert the following into P by Q form. So here all the questions they'll be given, that is 2.3. How this number can be written in the form of a fraction. 2.3. Just to see after point how many numbers are there, you have to write in the form of numerator as well as the denominator number here. 2.3. After point you are going to have only one number. One number means in the denominator you should write 0, 1, 0. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಅಷ್ಟು ಝೀರೋನ ಬರಿಬೇಕು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಲಾಜಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ನೀವು ಬರಿಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ 2.3ನ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಪಿ ಬೈ ಕ್ಯೂ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀತೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 2.3 ಅನ್ನೋ ಅಂತದನ್ನ 23 ಆಸ್ ಎ ನಂಬರ್ ಬರಿಬೇಕು. ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಅಷ್ಟು ಝೀರೋ ಜೊತೆಗೆ 1 ಬರಿಬೇಕು. 23 by 10, 3.413 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ 413 ಅಂದ್ರೆ 3 zeros ಜೊತೆಗೆ 1, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ 1000 ಅಂತ. 3413 divided by 1000. And see here, it will be very clear that when you are going to have zeros after the number, you will be having value. When you are going to write before number, it doesn't have the value. 0.023. It is nothing but very easily we can say it is 23. You can't say it is 023 because before number, if you are going to have the 0, it doesn't have the value. After number only, you can able to have the weightage for the 0. It is nothing but 23 point and 3 numbers. Here it is nothing but 1000. You should write after point. And next here 0.0034. It is nothing but quite 34. How many numbers are here? 5 numbers. So you should write 5 zeros along with 1. And the next is 132.46. After point you will be having 2 zeros. So you should write 100. ಈ ರೀತಿ ನೀವು ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ನ ಡೆಸಿಮಲ್ ಫ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ಫ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಬರಿಬೇಕು 2.3 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಿ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ವಿತ್ ದಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಅಷ್ಟು ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಝೀರೋ ಜೊತೆಗೆ 1 ಅನ್ನ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ದೆನ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರೈಟ್ ವೆರಿ ಈಸಿಲಿ ಆಸ್ ಎ rational form. See the next, which one of the following is not a natural number ಅಂತ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕೇಳಿದಾನೆ. ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ 16 -4 -6 ಮತ್ತೆ 2 ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಯಾವುದು ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಗಿರೋದಿಲ್ವೋ ಅಂತ ನಂಬರ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬರೀರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾನೆ. ವಿಚ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಫಾಲೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಎ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಅಂತಾನೆ. ಯಾವುದು ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಇರೋಲ್ಲೋ. ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಲ್ ಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ನಾವು ಕೌಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅರ್ಥ. ಹಾಗಿದ್ರೆ -4 -6 is not a natural number. And the next is write all prime numbers between 1 to 20. We know that what do you mean by a prime number? Prime number means the numbers which are divisible by 1 and itself. ಯಾವ ನಂಬರು ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ 1 ಅಥವಾ ಸೇಮ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಇಂದ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೋ ಅಂತ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ನ ಪ್ರೈಮ್ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್. ನಮ್ಗೆ ಕೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ 1 ರಿಂದ 20, from 1 to 20 write all the prime numbers. Means here the prime numbers are being expressed by P. So P equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19. Before 20 we should stop here itself. It is a set of group of prime numbers from 1 to 20. And one more question they have given here. Write all prime numbers between 50 to 100 ಅಂತನೆ. 50 ಇಂದ 100 ಒಳಗಡೆ ಬರುವಂತಹ ಎಲ್ಲ prime numbers ಅನ್ನ ಬರೀರಿ. Therefore the answer for these is 53, 59, 61, 71. So you should check whether the other numbers are being divided or 53 will be divided. Because if you are going to divide this 53, it has to be divided either by 1 or by the same number.